Our friend Greg sent us this story on vaccines, and it's always a hot button issue. I wanted to cover it with more than just using an image, because no matter where you stand on vaccines, you do need to be able to distinguish between good journalism and hackery, between, say, unsupported assertions and credible information. So we're going to look at this one about a CDC doctor saying, catastrophic flu shot has triggered a deadly flu outbreak. All right. So if we start with the article, a CDC doctors claim this year's flu shot is likely to be responsible for the outbreak of the flu. Well, who's this CDC doctor? That's the first thing I want to know. And I keep reading down and I find one doctor who has chosen to remain anonymous. Well, we can have a discussion another day about the reliability of anonymous sources, but this is a strike for me. If somebody is saying that a doctor is saying something anonymously, my ears are perked up and I'm paying attention now. Let's look at these links. If I go to the health link, then it's just a neon nettle page where all the articles they've tagged health are. Same for Big Pharma. If I click on this, it's just the places where they've talked about Big Pharma. So now they've got 2 extra clicks out of me because I'm following up these links. They're just linking back to themselves, and that gets them more revenue. Let's keep going. Here's the Donald Trump tweet, "I am being proven right about massive vaccinations." But this is not an embedded tweet. I don't know that this is real. So I'm going to search on it. And so I take that sentence and I put his name with it. And the first result we have that comes up shows that it's an actual tweet, actually legitimate from his verified account, but it's from September 2014. This is well over 3 years ago. It can't be discussing this particular vaccine in this season, as the article is implying. And it says that he recently warned citizens to be vigilant when it comes to taking deadly flu shots. Well, where did he do that? Let's find that link. Oh, it's another neon nettle article. Okay. When I scroll down through it and go all the way down, here it tells me in a 2015 interview with SiriusXM's Opie and Jim Norton, he was asked if he gets a flu shot, and he says, no, I've never had one, and thus far I've never had the flu. I don't like the idea of injecting bad stuff into your body, etc. But there's no, it says, here's the radio segment with Trump's complete comments, but there's no link. They're done with the article. So they didn't include that. They just pretended to. All right, so that's not helpful. Let's go on. According to Your Newswire. Now, okay, Your Newswire is a sketchy site. I'm just going to tell you, they're lousy. I have debunked plenty of articles from this site. So I already don't trust them. But let's see what they have to say. They go ahead and it's almost the same headline. Disastrous flu shot causing deadly flu. Okay. So I go down and I look here at these links. This one is from the Independent, and it's people in Santa Barbara County. 8 residents have died from the flu. 7 of them had the shot. Well, what they don't tell you in this article, but they do tell you in the Independent, is that some of those people might have had smoke problems from fires there. They don't say. And they also don't tell you that they were 65 or over, all of them, according to the Independent. Down here, this is a CBS News link. The vaccine is only 10% effective. That's an estimate, if you read the CBS article, based on information from the same shot being used in Australia, which apparently gets their flu season before us. Okay, so, and then here, pharmaceutical companies provide mainstream media outlets with a huge percentage of their advertising revenue. Well, that sounds familiar. If I look here, it's the same sentence. So Neon Nettle, if you go down, it has copied the rest of their article from that Your Newswire article. And let's look further down. Here's an infographic that they use. 4 reasons to avoid the flu shot. There's no citation anywhere here. It's in a tweet from a guy named Health Ranger. No links, just this natural news tag on there. That's not very reliable. There's no citation. There's nothing I can examine here. There's nothing, no way to check that information. So they've gone through all these things. And what I'm looking at, all of these problems, an unidentified doctor as a source, a link to their own articles again and again and again, and they try to pass off an almost 4-year-old tweet as a current one. They claim to have audio of the president saying something from 2015. They can't produce it. They use other sketchy sources, and then they copy the rest of the article of those sketchy sources, and then they use uncited infographics. This is horrible. Look, I'm not a scientist. I have no idea how to evaluate claims that the flu vaccine is bad or good. Did I get one? No, I didn't. But what I do know is how to evaluate journalism, and this is crap. If you really believe that the flu vaccine is harmful, you have to do better if you want people to believe you. But see, I don't think the writers here are sincere. I don't think they care whether people are getting good information. I think they want to capitalize on people's fears and gain income from clicking by ginning up those fears.